That's right. Do not be fooled by stillness, for in the stillness, the next move awaits. For that is where it will most probably come from. Now, there is, of course, the old hilarious George Carlin comedy skit, routine, or whatever you want to say, about it's the quiet ones you gotta watch. If you don't know what that one's about, Google it or watch it on YouTube or wherever else you watch comedy videos. It's frankly hilarious. A classic. And of course, while it's true that indeed it's very often not the quiet ones you gotta watch, but the really loud MFers that you gotta watch. Sometimes, in fact, very often, when it comes to stillness, it is precisely from the stillness where the next actions will arise. Why is that? Because in the stillness, that is where the changes lurk before they happen. When everything seems quiet, still, idle, and you think, I have time now to rest on my laurels. That's when life will sneak up on you and kick you up the backside to remind you of why there is no rest for the weary. I mean, sure, naturally you need to rest at the end of the day or the end of the week or whatever. That's why there are weekends. That's why there's a circadian rhythm to the human body. And even those that don't abide by that rhythm abide by another rhythm and find their rest at some points throughout the day. So when it comes to marketing, if you're running a marketing campaign, don't ever think, I can just stop now and not push ahead in some way on my next goal, on my next line, my next benchmark, whatever it might be. Always be preparing and testing and doing to be ready for the next thing. Because it's an unending process. You need to be on it before, during, and after until the very end. It's like when you learn certain martial arts and they tell you, punch through this piece of wood. You don't stop your punch at the piece of wood, right? You punch through the piece of wood with the aim of getting much farther. That way the piece of wood is only in the way of your momentum. It's not at the end of your momentum. You do that in order to make sure your momentum is increasing the whole time as you drive through the piece of wood. And the same is true for when you aim for certain goals as a marketer. Now, you may say to yourself, well, if I time it just right, I'll have enough energy and resource allocation to run the the campaign exactly as I should. And as long as everything goes to plan, I only need this amount of energy to do the job, and I can finish when I get to the finish line. But the truth is, it never goes exactly the way you plan, and you never finish at the finish line, because there is always some kind of post-op to do, some kind of analysis, some kind of quantification of what happened, some kind of determination of how to use that information to optimize and go on to the next project. Whether that project is just a continuation of what you were doing or an entirely new one, doesn't really matter. You never stop learning, you never stop analyzing, you never stop optimizing, you never stop experimenting, and you never stop running the efforts through their paces. That is how you get to the best results. If you take a break and you stop before you really should, and your break lasts too long, some kind of disruption will occur. Some unplanned, unexpected event will take your mind and your focus away from the tasks at hand. And that will destroy your efforts, or at least severely impinge upon their ability to succeed. So do not fall victim to idleness. Let not the stillness be your demise. While you may have all the technical skills in the world to do the job, while you may have the focus and the discipline necessary, if you think that there's ever a time that you can just sit back and take it easy when you're on the job, then you don't understand what the job is, unless you specifically have a job which is to take it easy. And even then, you have to make sure you take it easy accordingly to match the parameters of the job requirements. In marketing, there are no such jobs where your job is to literally take it easy. You may want to give off a composed, relaxed attitude, but as a marketer, you are always in busy mode. You may not think so. You may think, oh, I'm a marketing manager. All I have to do is manage the work of other people, take it easy, be composed, show that I'm in control, show that there's no stress, and everything is running fine. But there will always be unexpected surprises in marketing. That is the nature of the work. And if you see other people who appear calm, cool, and relaxed, and are not hyperactive on their work, know that they're either faking it or lying, or they're doing it right by appearing calm, cool, and collected and relaxed and taking it easy, even as they're busy working on their next tasks. In fact, that is how the best, calmest, coolest, and most collected operators manage their work. They simply do not rest easy on their laurels, because they know that would be the death knell to their efforts. It would destroy the success of their work. So keep that in mind. Take it with you from campaign to campaign, from project to project. And remember that you are only as good as your current performance. Your past performance is invaluable to your experience. Too many bosses will tell you your experience is nothing but a record of what you have done in the past, and it is useless for your current objectives. And even though that is probably wrong, that is how they operate. So the best thing that you can do is to always stay on top of your game and never just think life is on easy street. And that said, happy marketing.